And welcome to another informative, exciting edition, and the only channel that matters, Faulkner Fixes All. Hey, okay, we're gonna drill out these braces. They're really, this one's not bad. The gunmetal Schwinn stuff is still there, but this rear one, really rusty. We're gonna drill these out, and we're gonna bring it to Fred, and I'll combine that with this video. And Fred's gonna mix up some of his cat pee solution, and he's gonna make this fender nice. Okay, so we're gonna drill both of those out, and the reason is this one is chrome. I believe the Traveler for this year had chrome stays, and that fender is from a 74 girls collegiate, which is not stainless, but we're gonna do the best we can, and we're gonna drill these off of that 63. There was a red 63 racer or something. I can't remember what that was. Anyway, we're going to drill those out and use these chrome ones. They're chrome. They're not in the greatest shape, but they are chrome. And oh, it's a Speedster. Yeah, it was a curve bar Speedster. You can see it on my channel. I'll put a link in there if you want. Yeah, it was a really rough one. It was a 62 or 3 Speedster. Really rough shape, and I ended up just putting chrome fenders on it, and it was missing the front fender anyway. And that's what's left over. And so we're gonna drill those chrome ones out because they're hard to find. And then after I drill these out, I got these bike boxes from a guy in Asheville. Nice guy, Hearn Cycle. And of course, when I was there, I couldn't just come home empty-handed. There's some goodies down in there, and we'll kind of go through those and see if you guys know what year these bars are. I don't think they're stamped, and I'm kind of putting it out there like, hey, maybe someone knows what year these are. Okay, so let's drill this out. Okay. 2 minutes in, and we haven't done anything. Okay. Yeah, you just get a drill bit that's slightly bigger than the rivet. It just has to take the head of the rivet off. And you just kind of pop it a little. That should be enough. There we go. See, it pops right off. This one's just too rusty. I mean, it's a good shape. The bend and everything is nice. It's not all chewed up. It's just so rusty, and it's not chrome. And Traveler had chrome stays. Standards, yes. And this is what happens a lot. Like, you can see this bend here. It's been bent pretty hard, like some kid sat on it, or the bike was flipped upside down to work on. You know, and this, you can see this little bend here, and there's a dent there. But now with the stays out, we can pound all those out before we bring them to Fred with a piece of wood. All right, so let's drill this one out. You guys with me here? Yeah, you guys are with me. All right. Okay, so we drilled the head of the rivet off. Just the head. And then we're just gonna pop it. Well, there we go. And hopefully we didn't cause any more damage to that little dent. Well, there's a dent there too. Which dent are you talking about? And we gotta take this. This is what's left of a reflector. They got away from that little square bolt thing that I showed you in the other video. So we gotta take that off. Let's get a pair of pliers. It should just pop right off of there. And then we'll dig into this box. Now that this is ready for Super Fred and his solution, it's some kind of acid, weak acid, I think. I don't think he really puts cat pee in it, but I like to tell him that. So yeah, Fred, if you're watching, this is on the way. Where'd the bolt go? I dropped the nut. Oh well, it's just a broken piece of a reflector. Anyway, I'll pound that reflector out. I'll pound some of these dents out with my little wooden block tool I have. Take that rivet out. I'm gonna leave this in though. Fred can work around that. And this is what it looks like before we go to Fred's house. And then when we get back, after a few days of him soaking it in his solution, it should be pretty nice. Now, we did shine a little part right here. But you know what? That's going to scratch it. And we want this to look as good as possible. It's not a stainless fender, and we really need one, but this is what we got. And these are, you know, these can be used on another fender. This could be wire wheeled up and cleaned and resprayed that gunmetal gray. And this one's in pretty good shape, actually, except the insides. All right, we'll save these. And let's look what is in the box that I got from the Cycle Place. Guy's pretty cool there. He has a whole back room of parts. He used to have a lot of Schwinns. He used to have a lot of old antique bikes back there, and they just got quickly bought up. And you know, I got a few myself, but yeah, he used to have a whole back room full of old Schwinns and stuff. But now it's just parts. In fact, the very last Schwinn from his part stash was that frame. That was the very last one. There's a Schwinn tandem there that I don't really want, and there was this one hanging on the wall, and it was just the frame. And I dug through all his stuff and found the chain guard too. So I got pretty lucky on that. And then you know the rest of the story. We made magic happen here. Anyway, so let's see what I got the other day besides bike boxes, which are always nice for shipping and storing bikes. We got a 77 bar set for Schwinn. You can tell it's 77. It's marked. It's marked right here. Where's the mark? Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's marked 77. Max height. So you know you only go in that far. And also, in the 70s, late 70s, they had that little lip there on the stem. Now, I don't know if this blue stuff is original. I don't think it is. But the bars are nice. They're well protected. They have some nice diacomp levers. And 76 and above, or 75 and above, the square reflector with the mount. Nice to have if you have a late 70s Schwinn. This is the correct reflector. I might bring this over to Fred too with the fender. This could be dipped and rather nicely done. And I don't really care about this blue stuff. I don't think Schwinns came with this stuff. Although I could be wrong. I might want to do some research before I go cutting this off here. I don't think stock Schwinns came with this foamy stuff. I'll check though. So we got those. We know that's dated 77 because it's right on it. And what else do we have in the goodie pile? A pair of Tange replacement forks. You know, made in Japan. They could be cleaned up a little bit. Kind of a smaller head tube size. Could be 700C or 27. Yeah, I mean, it's a Japanese part, but they're straight, and I don't think anybody's ever even had these on a bike. I think these are brand new old stock just kicking around. The race has never been pounded on. These threads are perfect. I don't see any scarring here. Yeah, Tange. Yeah, these are good replacement forks. If you're building a Schwinn 10-speed or a road bike, or you're going places on your road bike you shouldn't, you should have some good forks. All right, put those to the side. Now, here's the one I need help on. Unless this is stamped and I just don't see it. This is probably Schwinn approved. Let's see what it says on here. I can't really make it out. I don't really want to use steel wool on aluminum. I'm pretty sure that's Schwinn approved. Let's clean that off with something. Here, you guys look at that and tell me how wonderful I am, and I'll clean this off for a second. Okay. So yeah, let's clean this off, and we'll see what it says. I'm pretty sure it says Schwinn approved. Oh my goodness. This might be from Great Britain. No way. Huh. Let's see what that says. British made. Wow, I've never seen a Schwinn approved stem that said British made on it. That is, huh, I knew this was kind of a rare bend, a rare bird. British made. Huh, very interesting. It does have the S mark. It is Schwinn approved. Yeah, I don't know what year this is. It's got a nice bend. It's got some like opaque orange leftover stuff. It's got these nice clicky Diacomp quick release. That's kind of a nice feature if you're running the 27-inch wheels, and you can undo that and then get your wheel off without, you know, popping the brake shoes past the gum wall tire and ruining stuff. It's got the fancy safety levers, which never really do much, but they're there. I'd be interesting to see if this was stamped anything. Let's get a 12 or a 13 and undo this real quick, and then we'll see if it's stamped. I doubt it is. I kind of doubt it. It's in there. Definitely has not been loosened for a while. Okay, we're not going to take this all the way off because this lever's on. But we're going to slide it past. Yeah, it's not stamped. There's nothing on there. I didn't think there was. Yeah. Okay, well, maybe that 70 Schwinn guy can tell me. I mean, I know what these are. That's no problem. Maybe you can tell me what this was on. A Voyager, maybe? I didn't think that Schwinn approved parts wherever. I mean, I've seen some England one. I've never seen British made. British made. That's a new one on me. I don't think you guys can see that, but there it is. Well, trust me, it's stamped on there. Yeah, you can see it there. British made. Huh. Very strange. Okay, that 70 Schwinn guy, tell me what I got. And tell me that I'm going to build a whole bike around these bars. Probably not. Hey, all right, if you're subscribed, that's good. Thank you very much. Every time I mention the subscription thing, it actually goes down. So when I first started complaining about it, it was 18.1% of you was subscribed, and now, I mean, it actually went down. So if I keep complaining, no one's going to subscribe at all. All right, well, the next video, we might even bring this over to Fred and have him dip it in his solution. It'll be something like that. Anyway, this was the part score. We did pretty good. The guy at Hearn Cycle is a pretty cool guy. I mean, he gave me a really good deal. And he's always saving these boxes for me. These are really good for shipping artwork and storing bikes and shipping bikes. Okay, have a good day, and that's it for now. And greetings. Hey, welcome to Faulkner Fixes All. We're out here in the garage. It's about 23 degrees. Really sweet. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna keep going on this 63 Traveler because that's what we do. Because we're done with another project, and now we're on this other project. All right, so the other day, in the first part of this video, I drilled out these stays. I drilled these out from this old chrome fender from a 74 Collegiate. And now, before we go over and straighten this, we're going to drill these out, because these are going to Fred too. I'm going to have Fred dip this chrome fender, and I'm going to have him dip these chrome stays. They're pretty good, but you know, once he dips them, this nasty rust in here will be mostly gone, and then maybe I'll clear coat it or something. But these are nice. They're chrome, and they are the same size. They are roughly 13 inches from the center of that bend to the eye there. So we'll just kind of fudge this and hold this up here. And yes, that is the correct part. It will work. Schwinn didn't change a lot of the S6 braces. They, in general, they're just about all the same, except the front fender was, the brace was a little longer, and we'll get to that soon because we're going to drill that other one out of the front too, because that's getting dipped as well. That fender's really bent, and we're gonna massage that one too. All right, so let's drill these out right now, and then we'll get to straightening the fender. And yes, these are all my homemade fender straightening tools. Very crude, very crude. You kind of get the idea what's going to happen here. That's going in the vise, and we're going to use a very large hammer. No, we're going to use a small ball peen hammer, but we're not going to put metal on metal. When you're straightening chrome fenders and stuff, it's always wood on wood, wood on the chrome, wood on the rounded part. Now they make a special tool. It's called a fender roller. Yeah, I don't know where all the fender rollers went, but you know, maybe when the Schwinn factory closed, they sent all those fender rollers overseas. Occasionally you do see a little fender roller for sale, an antique one, but it's for the bigger fenders. You know, it's for the balloon size. I've never seen an S6 fender roller, you know, for this size. I'm sure it's available or somewhere because this was made. So I've never seen the roller that fits that. I'm sure it's around. Well, I'm sure it got shipped to somewhere. Probably not in Chicago anymore. I bet you it's in Chicago in someone's basement and they use it like every day. Just don't tell anybody. Anyway, yeah, let's get rolling here. We're, you know, 2 minutes in and we've done nothing. So let's drill this out. And then we'll know that these can go to Fred. Crude tools out of the way. Okay. You guys here? You can see. Yeah. Same deal. We're just going to drill the head of this rivet off. We'll take this bolt apart here. Yeah, folks, everything's going to be fine. Just keep working on your old bikes. Keep watching my channel. You'll be fine. It's all going to be good. Look at that. So we drilled the head of the rivet off. The rivet is still in there. You can see it nice and pokey and sharp. We're not going to even mess with that, because we're just going to hang this fender back up in Fenderland in a minute. I mean, it's a really beat fender. We're not losing any sleep on this, folks. This came off of a 62 or 3 Speedster, I can't remember, but it was on my channel. And it's just been beat hard. And the bike was missing the front fender. So I just put chrome fenders on it, and this is what's left over. It's a usable fender, kind of, but the braces are the best thing. Yes, and that drill's almost out of juice. There we go. Now, did we damage anything doing that? I don't think so. I think we're okay. Is this original fender that's missing the front one? Is this going to go on anything? I don't know. We could practice pounding fenders out with this, but we're not going to go there right now. We don't need any practice. All right, so this is what we got. This was the one on the 74 Collegiate Girls bike. And this These two are going to go to Fred for dipping because they're chrome. Now, yeah, I could probably wire brush in there all day, but Fred's got the solution, man. He's got the stuff. He's got the stuff, man. And, you know, that's nicer. That's a nice chrome fender stay. Now, I don't know if they're deluxe bikes or whatever was happening. Seems to be on the older bikes they were on there. And the newer bikes, they went to the gunmetal. Anyway, these are super nice. These are going to Fred. We'll put these to the side. And now, we're going to go over here. Let's get rid of this rivet. There's two stuck rivets in here that I drilled out. So let's pry these out with something. And then we'll go over and hook up the, we will hook up the fender bender. Oh, we still got to drill out that front fender too. All right, so let's get these rivets out. And to do that, they're already drilled, see? We already drilled that. We'll just put this little center punch in here. And we'll whack it if we even have to. There we go. There we go. Popped it right out. In fact, that kind of bent that out where it should have been. We'll make that right in a second. All right, where's that second one? There it is, right there. See, that rivet's got to come out too. This has already been drilled. It's just a piece of a rivet stuck in there still. Let's get that out. There we go. All right, so we're going to leave this rivet in. We're not messing with that. We're going to leave that alone. That fits the bike. We already tested that. And yeah, this fender is rusty and it's dented, but you know what? We're going to see what we can do. We got to get out, here, let's circle the dents. Yeah, because this is going in Fred's little moon dust bath anyway, so this will definitely come out. So there's a dent here. There's kind of tiny little ones here. There's a big one here. And then that obviously needs to be pounded down and made right. We just made that pop out a little bit just now. This looks okay. It's not bad. That always happens right there. This kink always happens because someone hits the back of the bike or backs it into something. It just happens. Sometimes you can get it out, sometimes you can't. Okay, so further up the fender, they're usually never dented here because the frame protects them. And they're usually never dented here. Usually it's on the back where somebody tried to sit on the bike or have a rack. Anyway, there's one big one there, two little ones there, and that one's pretty gnarly. And the rest looks pretty good. I'm hoping this rust comes off of here from Fred's solution. We'll see. All right, so let's go set up the Poundorama. I think we need this one. I think we need this one. I think we need this one. Pretty sure we need this one. And we need these two spacers. So let's come over here to the vise because this ain't happening without a vise. It's just not. Okay. And we'll drill that front fender out in a second. All right. Put this over here. And I think we're going to start with this little shallow bend. I haven't made one of these out of cherry wood yet, but we're getting there. Let's see. I think we're going to go here. Yeah. Of course, this giant anvil's in the way. That's good. All right, so we're going to put this here. It's kind of tight around here. It's nice to have a helper when you do this part. You don't have to have one. All right, so we got these right here. Let's start with this easy one right there. And sometimes you can sand a little bit on the back so you can see where the ripple is, or at least wire brush it. Yeah, let's wire brush it a little bit. Okay, I can see the ripple. I can see the little ripple right there. Alright, so we're going to put this right in here. It's kind of too small. I think we're going to go with this one. We'll go with this middleweight one. Alright. As I was saying, there's the ripple. Sure you guys can see this. I think you guys can see. So we're just gonna rest the ripple in there, like so. Take our little pounder, and we're gonna put it where we want it. This is where the helper comes in, but we don't have one. All right, so we're gonna get a BFG on this one, a BFH. All right, we got a little bit out right there, just a wee bit. I can still see the dent. It's starting to come. Now, we're gonna use this smaller one. I can find it. Where's the other one? I'm gonna use this one. It's really tough without a helper. I think I'll use a smaller hammer this time. Okay, I see where it's at. I'll put it on there. Okay, it started to get it out. It did move it. So if we hit that with some steel wool, that dent wouldn't be so presentable. It's still there though. We went a little too far on that one, but there's a way to get that out too. We got to get right here. Yeah, we got to get this side of it. Okay. All right, so let's take some steel wool and rub all this away and see what we got. A little bit of scratching won't be the end of the world. There's probably some fender repair person screaming at the screen right now. Don't use steel wool! Just a little bit. We got some of that out. It's not great. It's a little rimply. It's a little high. Okay, so we're gonna get the rubber mallet and we're gonna put this up in the vise like that. And we're gonna kind of rubber mallet that down a little bit. Never use metal on metal. Not with chrome anyway. Hopefully this will work. Yeah, we're gonna put this here. Yeah, this will work. Let's get the rubber mallet. A wooden mallet would be better. I think rubber's okay. All right, so we found the little. It's wavy here now, and it's high. I went a little too far on that. It's not bad there. A couple little divots there. Yeah, a helper would be really nice. See, a helper could hold this for me. And then I could tap away in a manner that would be more precise. Yeah, it's still a little divot right there. Let's circle it with the pen so I can totally know what I'm doing. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, there's a divot here that I went too high on. And there's a little divot here. Okay, so if I get those two down a little bit, I think we're going to call it. I could use the bronze hammer, but it's better if I could just get this on here somehow. Now that might work. Okay. Oh, that worked good. Okay, we got one down really good. Let's pop this one down. Use a little more. Okay, that's probably about as good as this is going to get. Let's steel wool these little marks off and see what we got. Yeah, I mean, we're not talking rocket science. The dent is not there, it's some dimples. That's really not that bad. Yes, it's noticeable, but it's not a big dent anymore. All right, let's save these little ones for last. Let's tackle that one. And that one, we can totally see that one in here. Yeah. I mean, that was huge. I mean, you can see that's there. That's my stepbrother calling me. He's probably got some question about old Schwinns. I'll call him back later. He'll watch the video and say, "Why didn't you pick up the phone, man?" Okay, so let's take this one. All right, you guys still here? You in there? Okay, we know that's the dent. We don't have to circle nothing. We can see that. That's huge. And we're gonna whack it. I think we're gonna use a BFH on that one. Oh yeah. Okay, that was a pretty good smack. And it did come out. But we have a little divot there now. So let's use this little divot master. You get a better feel of what's going on. I don't know why this is so long. Yeah, I have no idea why that's so long. Somebody was having a really good day making that one. And we use a smaller hammer because it's a smaller dent now. We got most of it out. We got most of it out. There's one little spot. We'll give it another shot. Maybe sideways like this, I'm not sure. We got to get in there with something tight. Let's try this one. I went easy on that, you know, because it didn't have much to go. Okay, that's not bad. There is a divot, and I don't think I'm going to get that out. Let's steel wool that off. Yeah, we got most of that out. There is a divot there, I know. It's high there a little bit. I think we're gonna have to put that other one in and kind of tap it a little bit. But before we do that, let's get rid of this pronounced rivet problem. Actually, we have to do that with the other piece too. All right, let's put that other piece in. Alright, so this will be pretty easy. We're just going to whack that little divot down, and we're going to whack that little rivet divot. A rivet divot! You got it. Okay, this one's going to be easier because it's kind of balanced on there. Let's use this little square one. Yeah, this is going to be a lot easier on this one. Not much. This needs a little. Yeah, that's pretty good. And there's a little divot here. A tiny little pronounced bump. A boom. We're going to call that. Yeah, we are going to call that. Alright, so we went from a large, long dent to a tiny divot. And here it's almost unnoticeable. You can see a little bit of it. And then these two little ones. I'm tempted to let those go, but they are dents. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I can feel them here. Okay. Follow through. Standards, yes. Standards. Go buy a new fender. Okay, so where are those little devils? Little tiny ones right there. Man, is that even worth messing with? Dude, we gotta try something. Alright, let's get these. I think it's gonna be a one-shot fix us all on this one. Oh, perfect. We did really good. I'm glad I used this on both of them and kind of angled it because that's almost perfect. We're just going to steel wool that off and it's going to be almost perfect. A little, you can see it. Yeah, it's not that great, but okay. So we went from dents to tiny divots. It's not bad, not bad. Barely noticeable. Not bad. Okay, we're going to ship that off to Fred, but one more thing, we got to make that rivet right. Actually, that's not bad. Okay, this is going to Fred. Yeah, we did well. All right, Fred, this is coming. Get the bath stuff, get the moon bath stuff ready. It's not great. You can still see some stuff in there, but you know, we went from big dents to little divots. I didn't say it was going to be perfect. So, that goes to Fred. These go to Fred. And quickly, let's take this fender off and drill that one out because that goes to Fred too. And that fender's pretty mangled. So let's go ahead and straighten that a little bit too. And this is the wrong brake for this. Well, it's the right size, but it didn't come with that quick release thing. I might leave that on there because they're just cool to have, but it's not really necessary on this bike. There's not going to be a quick release front wheel or anything, not to my knowledge. All right, so obviously this is really rough, you know, and it's bent, and it's a little rusty, but I'm going to ship it off to Fred. Let's take this bolt out of here. So Fred's going to get a fender and 3 chrome stays, and he might get a stem too, but not too worried about that. I think this battery is just about to die. Let's see. Yeah, dang it. The drill is not the greatest either. Give me a sec. Alright, I got a better pack. So let's drill this sucker out. And these are going to Fred. Wow. Drilled the other ones out. Wow, that's kind of rough. Here we go. Try using a drill bit that's actually sharp. Let's see if this one's actually going to do something. Oh, it's spinning the rivet. I see what's happening. Oh, man. So now I got to hold the brace to prevent the rivet from spinning. I got to cock the brace. There we go. Yeah, what was happening is the rivet was just spinning in there and the drill wasn't doing anything. Okay, so we got this. This is going to Fred too. And notice the front brace is a little longer, so it can reach the front wheel axle. And it's very bent. But we're going to have Fred dip it first. So, these 3 braces and this chrome fender, that gets dipped. This is stainless, and we're going to try to straighten it right now. Let's go back over to the straightening area. And fortunately, it's just one of these numbers, really. It's only that dent. And let's go see what we can do. I don't want to do a lot on this. This does not get dipped. It's stainless. It gets polished. And a lot of this stuff will come out with some extreme polishing. So I'm not going to do a lot here. But I will pop this one dent out. It'll be okay, trust me. Trust me, folks. And I'm not going to use the big hammer on this one. Stainless is a little more delicate than what you would normally think. Yeah, it's already better. I can see it. And I'm not going to use steel wool to see how it looks. You don't do that on stainless. It's better. Let's try to just use our hands and form this a little bit. That's better. Okay, so that major dent is basically gone. And we've reformed it a little bit. It needs to be reformed right here. We're going to have to put it in the... I'm going to put it in here. This usually doesn't work on these kinks. Yeah, it didn't work that good. Okay, that's about as good as we're gonna get. These kinks are really hard to get out. You can put it on a flat piece like this and hit it with the rubber mallet. It's not gonna do much. It's right there. A little bit came out. Yeah, be nice with stainless. Just take your time. Now this whole thing from here back has to be polished. Now I didn't do all that. I just straightened that big dent that was right there, which is no longer there. It's just a little divot. That's not bad. We can hit it again, maybe a little bit. A little bit right there. If the vise was actually tight, which it wasn't. Where's that dent? Yeah, it's right, I think it's right there. Yeah, we'll hit that again with the smaller piece, with this little one. We don't want to go too aggressive on that. Yeah, we got most of that out. We got most of that out. I'm going to stop right there. I know when to stop. Yeah, that's not bad. We've come a long way. Okay, so this does not go to Fred because it's stainless, and if he dips it in his acid bath or whatever he's using, his cat pee solution, it would be bad. So this stays here, and these, and this fender, which is not bad now. That's not egregious. You can see them. You can see the dents. Might get more of that double one out. And you can see them, but they're not as egregious as they were. And that's what we're going for. Less egregious. Okay, so that's that wraps up video number 2 on the Traveler. There's now a fine coating of sawdust over the whole thing. Because, yeah, well, that's life. Hope everyone's doing well and have a good holiday if you celebrate such things. I will be working on this through. Still looking for wheels. We'll see the next video how far along it is. I got these cranks. These cranks are going in. I got to get a chain wheel that's thicker, the non-5-speed style. And apparently, the 70 Schwinn guy says that this is the first year that didn't say Traveler on the chain guard, 63 and above. So apparently from 63 to 66 was the only year you could get this little starburst for the Traveler chain guard. I've seen these on Suburbans, they're usually in the middle. I've seen this on a lot of different Schwinn bikes, but apparently with the chrome top for the Traveler, 63 and up, which was only to 66, and then they stopped for a few years and made 10 speeds. So that in itself is probably a pretty good sign that this bike is, you know, one of 400,000. Hey, keep it real, folks. Next video, I will be probably replacing this top fork race because the race that's underneath this, I can just feel it. It's unacceptable. And I put these in prematurely, but I wanted to see what was going on. Okay, that's it for now. Peace out. Think good thoughts. As always, Faulkner fixes all. And thank you, subscribers. We're up to 18.4% out of 100. Yay!